Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. I'm Adam and this is me talking about this is basically the Q&A that you guys had for me for series 7 of Lynx series review. This is just a bunch of questions and my overall thoughts on the series. Overall, I like this series a lot. It's probably one of my favorites. I liked it a lot. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. So we're going to start things off with talking about the characters of what I thought about them for their series, and the arcs in there as well, and then we'll move on to the Q&A. Anyway, we'll start things off with Lynxy. I like you to bear in mind this is my opinion, and I'm only judging them based on this series. We're going to start off with Lynxy. She took kind of a back seat for this series, which I think is suitable considering the fact that even though she is the main character, she wasn't the main focus. So I think taking a back seat for her was kind of good, and if she takes a back seat for the next series, I wouldn't mind at all. Next is Tallis. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed because she was gone. She didn't even exist for half a series. I mean, yeah, she was introduced at the beginning of the series, but she didn't do anything until episode 7. That's all I can say. She's still a great character, and I like her a lot, though. Monkey King, as I said in the last series review I did on Series 6, a great character, and the point still stands. I like this character a lot, and the voice actor, or voice actress actually, puts in a lot of effort with her role that she has for this character, and I greatly appreciate it. And you got some laughs at me here. Next is Sinister. Honestly, you're just as funny. You're just as great. You had, in my opinion, better moments than what Monkey King had in this series, especially with episode 2, which I believe is actually the voice actor's favourite episode for Sinister. The voice actor for Sinister's favourite episode, I believe, is episode 2. So, of series 7. So yeah, I agree. I don't blame you for liking this episode. I like that episode too. Impus, why you gotta watch that weird Maniac Adam? Jeez. More like you can watch these videos anyway. Okay, in all seriousness, though, he was pretty much the same as he was the last series. Funny, doing ironic fade-in, just ironic overall. I admit, when he had a statue of me, I got a bit creeped out. I got a bit creeped out, okay? That's all I can say, so... yeah, done. Moving on, Vipera. If you've seen Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, you know what I mean, like, she reminded me of Vision. She's been shown to be really strong, really powerful, but was useless in this series. Like, one injury, and she was out of commission for pretty much most of it, and only did a few minor things afterwards. That's pretty much it. Other than that, she's a great character. I do like her a lot. She's one of my favourite characters. Moving on, we got Buzz. Now, I remember saying in my Series 6 review that I wasn't a big fan of this Buzz because it was a rehash of 2 other Buzzes that I know. But when I was taking a step back to look at it and watch both Series 6 and 7 before watching this, I was like, actually, this is quite good. I like this Buzz. This Buzz is good. Moving on to Nanny Plum, I'm going to count the next one as well, Wise Old Earth. I'm going to count them together. Just be thankful, the creators of Sinister actually likes you guys, because I don't. Other than that, you're all right. I'm glad you didn't really have as much to do in this series. So you were tolerable, but if I don't like it, I don't like it. Simple as. You're not the worst character in this series. The worst character goes to Mrs. Fig. So, moving on, Warp Dark Matter. I'm tempted to just skip him because he only appeared like once, and he died like 2 minutes later. So, you're here to die. Done. Mylock. Okay, both from Series 6 and 7, as I forgot to mention him in the last one. He was a good character, kind of boring in the first series, but much better in the second series, in Series 7. He had much more to do and say, and he got decapitated by the best character in the world. Biased. Vermin, same thing applies. I forgot to mention him in Series 6. So, Series 6, kind of like Mark, a bit boring. Didn't really have much to do. But in Series 7, his voice kind of changed for me. Because he had that little kind of thing added onto him, which is a typical stereotype of mice or rats, which I appreciated. And was that extra thing that made me like, I like this one. Nice. It's just good. It was good. I like that little add-on. That minor detail is something that changed it for me. And the fact that Vermin got beaten by impossible things. I think even though I like Impus a lot for that, I just like Vermin for losing to someone that he should not have lost to. Apex is next, and this is showing a bit of bias. Honestly, I like this character a lot. I admit, when I was doing the voice lines for him, I'm not happy with some of the lines I've done, especially in episode 10 and 1 and 10. But if ignoring that, I would say I did a good first effort. Moving on to Max Mitchell, I just hate the lines to this character full on. Because he disappeared halfway through the series, which I'm glad about, because if I had to voice him, I'm going to be really embarrassed every time I see that. Because I'm not happy with the voice I gave him, because it's literally my voice. My voice does not sound like an old man, it sounds like a young adult, which is what I am. I'm 19, for Christ's sake. Moving on to Chameleon. I liked the rivalry that he had between Apex, and that was probably the most enjoyable thing for me. Other than that, he's been more fleshed out. He's been more fleshed out compared to previous seasons he was in, which is what I like about him. So, he's one of the few characters who had a major improvement from the last series. Moving on to Drago. Drago, you only appeared in one episode and briefly in episode 5. So, you made a good first impression. Mayor Doug West, I hated you at the start, but I liked you towards the end. Sheriff Cash Tankinson, I always liked you, mate. You're hilarious. You're great. Agent Craig Miles. I barely remember who this guy is. He appeared in episode 1, I believe, as that weird, strange guy that I didn't mention. Like, I didn't mention him because he's not important. That's all I could say. Like, you're just weird. I don't know. You're just weird. Storm. Okay, I'll be honest. You're good. You're good. The idea for your character, along with Red Lightning, who's next, I'll talk about both of you then. Basically, you guys had a bit of a weird twist which made you stand out from the other heroes, which Kandoya had, which is good. However, since you weren't really introduced for a while, you're introduced for like, I don't know, since episode 8 or 7, you didn't really have much time to like flesh out your character and actually show yourself to be like a really good character or not. So I think if you appear in Series 8, then I could give a better opinion on you. And lastly, the last character, because I'm not talking about Alex Mitchell, is Richard Hazard. Richard Hazard, honestly, I forgot you were a character to... Okay, at the beginning, you may have been mentioned, but I did not even acknowledge that. When you came in, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it seems interesting, quite interesting. Oh, very smart as well. He realised that Lynxy is Talos' mum. Ooh, that's interesting. He's just a strange character that I'd like to see more of in the next series. Moving on, we're going on to the arcs now. Wrapping up the Monkey King arc. Honestly, it ended quite well, and I think it was a good twist to have Buzz being the warrior of white instead of Lynxy, as what everyone would expect. I expected it as well. And that was a good twist, and I appreciate that. Wrapping up the Buzz Lightyear / Sinister arc. Same with Buzz Lightyear, same being a warrior of black and white. Oh, not black and white, it's Kung Fu Panda. Same with the warrior being white, which is good. Sinister, honestly, you're just hilarious throughout the entire series. I don't know what to say. Your arc, I don't really think you had an arc. You just more like, just tried to be somewhere to get the statues, but always ended up that split second too short. And you took your anger out on Buzz. That's pretty much it. Empress and Viper arc. There was an arc for that? Oh. Oops. Okay, basically the arc was entirely Empress trying to make his mum proud of him. And honestly, seeing that it worked was actually really satisfying for me. And that's all I can say. It was just satisfying to see. Lynxy's character arc. Now I'm being completely honest, I didn't even notice she had an arc. So, what do you want me to say? Like, I didn't know what to expect. So, hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. Lynxy's character arc. I'll say, as she took more of a back seat this series, it wasn't as noticeable as the others are. So, obviously, I would not have noticed that arc. But, looking back, I do realise, oh, okay, so, yeah, she's kind of improved. The voice actress seemed more settled in with the role and has really adapted to being Lynxy. Same with the next one, Talis arc. Voice actress really settled into Talis, and that's all I can say. Great job, by the way. The Talis's arc was was originally gather the statues and then use them to destroy, then sell them for profit. But then towards the end of the series, it was originally gather the statues and destroy the Atro City. I pointed out that plot hole to Lucas. He's like, "Oh, I need to fix that." I was like, I pointed something out. Yay! Other than that, Talis's arc, like I said multiple times, she took a back seat for the first 5 episodes, and he didn't do anything to episode 7. So I can't really say anything apart from you gave it your best. It's just not the best. Apex's character arc. Now this, even though Talis's arc was the main thing for this series, I feel like Apex's character arc overshadows it because, I did the voice acting for most of episode 6. I pretty much did all of it. A vast majority of episode 6, but really, because I actually know what happened because I had to see the lines and I understand what happens just by seeing these lines. It just feels like Apex's character arc just overshadows Talis's because he was originally going like, I hate my father, I still do, but I do not see why I should kill Empress's mother because he did nothing to upset me. So, yeah, that main thing about Apex healing Viper's wounds, that was something which kind of changed Apex from a character which I didn't really have much interest about to a character I'm like, this is interesting, I like seeing more of him. Moving on, any plot holes you had with this season? 2. One is at the very first episode, how did Talis get the pig general? Pig general statue. That's what I want to know. And number 2, as I said, it was Talis's plans just changing time and time again. In episode 9, Talis said that her original plans was to gather all the statues and destroy Atrocity, then build it back up to make it in her image. Like a Pokemon villain. Like a villain in the Pokemon games. I can't remember which one. It was probably Cyrus. Basically, that was... I was like, I noticed that plot hole. So, if I notice it, there's going to be other people that would notice it. So, I told Lucas about that and how the original plan was... for Talis was to gather the statues and sell them for a profit. Like any pirate would do. And he's like, okay, I'll fix that later. I'll fix that in episode 10. And he did. And now it's just destroy the city. And build it back up in her image. Which is good. Okay. 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 And those are the only plot holes I know of. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember one as soon as this recording's ended. But okay. Moving on to the actual Q&A now. Stephanie Myers asks, which Lynxian is the best to look so far? Talis. Easily. It's easily Talis. Like, as the Lynxians I have to choose from, there are Lynxy, Lynn, Talis, and Delilah. Lynn will never be my favourite, design-wise, because, like, I keep forgetting he's a character. Lynxy is like that stereotypical, is the stereotypical looking Lynxian. And honestly, reminds me of Tailmon from Digimon, which I just realised after watching a YouTube video. Delilah, yes, I like the reds, but the fact it's just Lynxy, but just changed the main colour, it's just that. So yeah, I had to go with Talus because with the piercing on the eyebrow, the ear, and the hat, I'm aware I did the wrong sides because the piercings started to resemble Lucas's piercings, his eyebrow, his ear. I just did that because it's for convenience. The fact Talus could keep changing her appearance with a bandana, a coat, or hat, then those small things can make someone look interesting. Steffi Myers also asks, does Talus look better coat on or coat off? Or with a bandana? Now, okay, I'm not going to add the or with the bandana part because I keep forgetting to notice her with the bandana on. So, I'm probably going to say with the coat on, as this was the song, because the song Shiver My Timber, Shiver My Bones was played during her introduction when she had the coat on, and it was just really intriguing and made me really curious about this character. And it didn't disappoint, and that's why I'm like her more with the coat on. Robbie Nixon asks, do you prefer calling a city Atrocity or Atrocity? Now, now this is a tough one because because during my review I called it Atrocity and Atrocity time and time again. I kept swapping it over. I will say Atrocity is the proper name for it, but I like to call it Atrocity as my characters are villains. My main character is a villain. Brian Goodson asks, was the Lynx series Buzz Lightyear the best Buzz we ever got? Toy Story Buzz was Buzz learning who he was and to be a better person. Star Command's Buzz was what Buzz was supposed to be, an adventurous space ranger. And with this, I feel it's a perfect fusion of the two. Buzz learns, and despite his now knowing he's a toy, he still plans to make up for what Sinister's use for him was. This he learned like the Toy Story Buzz, and he became a hero for Candoya in a way of right now they need one. I'm sorry if I butchered that question, but I do absolutely agree with you. See, back in Series 6, before Buzz was considered a hero to Candoya, before he realised he was a toy, he just reminded me of Toy Story Buzz a lot, and I prefer Star Command Buzz easily because, like, Star Command Buzz is actually awesome. Toy Story Buzz that Buzz just reminded me of Toy Story Buzz, and that's just it. But when Series 7 came out and start developing Buzz, I was like, oh, that's actually really interesting now. And then he became the hero of Candoya, defeating Monkey King, and yes, I need to be honest, Lynx Series Buzz is probably the best Buzz we have. And unless another random series on YouTube comes out and another Buzz is introduced, and that one, chances are it's not going to be as good as this one. Unless it's similar, but you can't beat the original. So there's going to be very unlikely that there's going to be a Buzz better than this one. Emily Styles asks, did you prefer Monkey King, Sinister, Viper, and Impulse? Okay. Did you prefer Monkey King, Sinister, Viper, and Impulse in this season or Season 6? Now, I prefer Sinister in Series 7 because I found him to be more amusing and just more enjoyable to watch. Monkey King I preferred in Series 6 as he was at his prime and kind of had a rather sneaky and just showed to be a really powerful character. Series 7 comes on, Drago introduced, weak. I was like, what? You were the strongest! But Series 6 for Monkey King, I'll say, was the series that he was the best. Sinister, Series 7. Viper, I'm going to say Series 6, because obviously I'm not going to like a character which, like, got injured halfway through the series and then just stopped being useful. And Impus, I'm going to say Series 7. Because he finally did what he was planned to do and do something to impress his mother, which is good, and I'm really proud. I'm really glad he finally got that. Steve Scott's asked, who is the best villain of Series 7? You're making this hard on me. Okay, so the villains here are Monkey King, Sinister, Impus, main villains I'm going to say. Monkey King, Sinister, Impus, and Talus. Talus I'm not going to say because, like I said, she only started doing something towards the end of the series. Impus was on his way to make something of himself, but it was so slow. And when he finally did it, he goes back to failing. So he had that one good moment, then he just went back to failing. So yeah. Now Monkey King, honestly, he was on kind of a downward spiral since the start of Series 7, and I get that because it was supposed to build up to his death and all that. But honestly, I'm going to say Sinister. Sinister was kind of on a downward spiral, but the thing is though, he was amusing. He didn't have as much major losses as Monkey King did, and he didn't get the crap beaten out of him against Drago. So I will say though, sometimes Sinister's anger did get the best of him, and he kills henchmen for no reason. Okay, Matt Davis asks, Sinister is the best, you can't deny that. Demon Knight is cool, Sinister is way cooler. You know why he's got magic, which is something with barely any limitations. I didn't know that was a question. I gotta be honest, I did not know that was a question, but basically what I can respond to that saying is, yeah, I agree, Sinister is a great villain and really shined in this series, but I'm still going to need to say that Demon Knight is probably more of a favourite villain for me. Don't get me wrong, Sinister and Monkey King have gone higher in the villain spectrum for me. But Demon Knight, I think, is still near the top. And if things go well for Delilah, she might overtake Demon Knight. I don't know. It's just kind of a tough choice because I like both these villains. Demon Knight we haven't seen in a while, which is why you're probably saying Sinister's better because you've seen him more recently. But I'm still going to stick to Demon Knight. Mary Richards asks, is Season 7 a good season to start watching? Some say yes due to new elements like Atrocity. I was meant to say Atrocity, and then it just said a slash Atrocity. I was like, okay. Apex, yes. Talus and Drago. While others are like, no, because it's ending already established arcs. That's how being Sinister Strange and Monkey King. Right. I'm going to say start with Series 6. Like, normally anyone would say start with Series 1 because then you can actually understand everything. But I understand if you don't have the time to watch a lot of episodes. I understand if you like to start with Series 7 or you're okay with Series 6. In which case, I would say start with Series 6. Because to actually fully understand what's going on, especially why Buzz is here, you're going to need to watch Series 6 to understand that. So that's why I'm saying Series 6 is better. It's a better series to start with watching than Series 7. Episode 1 of Series 6 may not make any sense to you, but trust me when I say that's just a filler episode. It doesn't make any major announcements apart from Monkey King gets revealed. That's literally all it does. Now, many fans, this is from many fans, rumours state you couldn't wait to react to the Lynxy Series 7. I couldn't! At the start of Series 7, okay, okay, so I'll go on to the question that's actually right underneath it, which is a continuation of that. Rumours state you couldn't wait to react to the Lynxy Series 7. Aside from the fact another season pilot is out, why go straight to it and not wait? Right. Okay, I did promise Lucas I'll answer these 100% honesty unless I see a bit of a joke, in which case I'll say the joke, then come back with honesty. This is part of that 100% honesty thing. It's true, I couldn't wait for Series 7 to come out because I was so excited for it. It was the first episode I actually got to put some effort into. I'm not proud of the effort, but it's something though. And aside from the fact, and it's the pilot to another season. And I went straight into it because I was excited and didn't want to wait. And the fact is, though, I consider myself to be a patient person, but I'm not the most patient person in the world. The reason why I chose not to wait, though, is because I don't see why I had to. Because I get why I watched some episodes with Lucas whilst we were in the call. Because after Series 2 review came out, I took absolute ages to deliver the Series 3 review. So Lucas was like, hey, do you want to just watch one episode at a time every call we have? And I was like, okay, I'll get through it a lot quicker. And now that I'm caught up, and I will watch it eventually, I don't see why I have to wait anymore, because I'm caught up. And honestly, like, when I'm watching this episode, I don't know if Luke's watching it alongside me, but it's literally him watching me go like this. Yeah. Obviously with different reactions depending on how the episode is for me, but that's literally all it is. I chose to get straight into it as it will save more time for Lucas, so he's not wasting his time watching me watch a video. And it will save my time and his time in the call that we do, where we can watch another TV series or play Pokemon. That's actually what we do a lot. And that's why I chose not to wait, because I don't see why I need my hand to be held whilst I'm watching this series. That's the worst way to explain it, but yeah, that's literally all I can say. I only chose to wait for the rest of this series because I knew how upset Lucas got from this. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll watch the rest of the series with you. But I am going to say, though, I'm probably not going to be waiting anymore for the rest of the series. That way we can get more stuff out and we can get more videos out on the archive channel of rankings for other TV series, and make a move on with some other videos which I have plans on, which I even need Lucas to give me a hand on. Chang Lee asks, who is better, Drago or Monkey King? At the moment, Monkey King. Because I got more time to know Monkey King, and Drago just introduced for one episode and then just disappeared. Monkey King, yes, he got beaten a lot, very badly, from Drago. But I don't see why that should take away my liking towards Monkey King, because I got to know him throughout Series 6 and 7. And he's became one of my favourite villains. Not my favourite, but one of my favourites. Susan Murphy. Isn't that a character from Monsters vs. Aliens? Yeah. Which villain was the main villain in this season? Some say Monkey King, some say Talus, some say the others. I'm personally, as this villain, as this person kind of had something to do for pretty much every episode, if not most of them, this villain had something to do, had an entire episode focused on this villain. This is no bias. I'm being 100% honest. I honestly think the main villain of this series was Apex. Because, Monkey King kind of led the arc in the beginning, and Talus kind of led it towards the end. But Apex was in every single episode. I know, because I voice in every single episode. And he did something which, may not have been major importance in some episodes, but it did something of some importance in the others. Like with Chief, the rabbit statue, returned Viper to Impus after she was badly damaged from Apex. Oops. And, of course, he had an entire episode dedicated to him. If Talus was to become the main villain, I think she should have had a whole episode dedicated to her, of her backstory, of how she got to being a pirate and all that. Because last time we saw her, she was a baby. She was a baby, that's it. Monkey King had part of an episode about him. It's so weird to say him, because I know the voice actor is a girl. So, Monkey King had part of an episode dedicated to him. But that's when Drago was introduced and just explain the entire backstory of the animal kingdom and all that. But that's it. But yeah, I do need to say Apex is the main villain to me, and that's 100% non-biased. Believe it how you want. Charles Green asks, which season is funnier, season 6 or 7? Season 6. Season 6 because when series 5 ended, I asked Lucas if it's possible if it can have a bit of a comedy element to it, because I was getting into comedy then, and I thought after a dark series, a very serious one, I was like, why not add some comedy to it? So yeah, he did, and it wasn't perfect, but it was a good series. Series 6 was quite funny. There are some episodes which I hate, but they are funny to other people, so I'm not even going to argue with that. Charles Green also asked, which season is better, season 6 or 7? I'm going to say 7. Because the climax halfway through the series was great and had quite a good twist there. And also... and the last part, and the last half started off with a backstory to my character, which I got to learn when you guys learned it. Yeah, I don't really read my lines until I actually have to voice them, and I don't pay much attention to them, so I think I should be paying more attention to my lines. But that's basically why I'm saying Series 7. And then the rest of the series, yes, it didn't have some home runs in those last few episodes, but they had some good episodes. And that's the main thing I can say. Adam Green, Adam, nice name. Green, nice last name, same as Lucas. You're a combination of us. Great. Adam Green, are you glad Buzz is gone or are you sad? Originally, like back at the end of Series 6, when I was told Buzz will die, I was like, hey, I'm kind of glad, because I didn't like him then. But after the developments he had in this series, I was like, oh, I'm actually really upset now. Because this character was, in my opinion, a standout character which shone over Sinister, really. Sinister, yes, I liked, but Buzz's arc stood out better than Sinister's arc. And that's why I choose... that's why I'm saying I'm more sad that Buzz is gone. But I understand why he's gone, because Lucas ran out of lines. But still, yeah, so final lines up, sad. Adam Green asks, Lightyear was supposed to be a redo of the Panther. I almost forgot about that character, but okay. Like character, kinda. The henchman redeemed himself and sacrificed himself to help save the day. In that sense, some say it was a successful revival with 2 seasons to pack it up, giving us more time with Lightyear. You agree? Okay, I agree. I get what you're trying to say. But Panther didn't sacrifice himself. What happened was, this is what I remember. I believe Delilah got defeated. Lynxy came back, along with Demonite. And Panther just died from that. All of Delilah's henchmen died after Delilah was defeated. So Panther didn't sacrifice himself. He helped save the day, yes. But he didn't choose to die. He had to die. And that's why I kind of like Panther back when I did my rankings on the henchmen and other characters. Because Panther I liked because he was an evil henchman to begin with. But then he became good, helped the hero, Ace at the time, and helped defeat Delilah, knowing that he would die. So yeah, in one term, sacrifice, yes. But it's not entirely sacrificing himself though, because like, what I'm trying to say is, if you sacrifice yourself, you die before the main villain dies. But he died after the main villain died. This makes no sense. Okay, I agree. It was a good link back to Series 1 and 2. I personally think Series 6 and 7 did it better. But that's because Lucas had voice actors then, has voice actors now, and wasn't as, no offense Lucas, wasn't as really creative with what came out in Series 1 and 2. But Series 6 and 7, much better and exceeded expectations. Haters, Okay. Hi, haters. Okay, this is actually listed as haters, okay? I don't know who actually says this. It's just listed as haters. I'm just going to call it, constructive criticism. How could Impus not be your favourite of the three villains? He's the son of your favourite character. He's a fan of you. Great choice, I guess. He's got command of Demon Knight's Empire. He has arguably the best henchmen / main villains on his side, being Vipera. Right. Okay. Best henchman. Yeah, I agree. Vipera is a great henchman. Yeah, but yeah, I guess he's the son of my favourite character. But the fact he keeps failing. Like, when I was asked what my favourite villain is, I chose it on what I got to see of them in Series 6. And what I personally think their great achievements are. And how amusing I found them to be. I found Impus amusing. He didn't really have many achievements in that series. And for that reason, he wasn't my favourite. Okay, he's a fan of you. I don't know what to say about that. Because at one point, on one side, I'm happy. On one side, I'm just freaked out. So, I'm tempted to say, yeah, he's a fan of me, but I don't see why that makes me want to like him even more. Because, okay, he's a fan of me, but let's use I don't know what to say. Let's use Lucas as an example. Okay, he's got 2,000 odd subscribers, 2,000 odd fans. Okay, yeah. But if there's like 5 people coming up saying, "Hey, I'm big fans of you" and all that, and Lucas then asks, "Who do you prefer out of us?" Then obviously Lucas like all of them. Like, I like all 3 of these villains. But just because he's a fan of me, it does not mean I like him more. Because I'm sure Lucas will respond saying he prefers any of the voice actors over his 5 biggest fans. So for that reason, because it's literally showing no favoritism towards any of them. Reason because I had to pick a villain here and had to show favoritism. I can't just account the fact that Impus's failures and the fact he's a fan of me, failures being amusing, and the fact he's a fan of me to really make him my favourite villain, because I simply prefer the others over him. Sorry. He's got command of Demon Knight's Empire. Okay. That's how the royal bloodline works. You know, like, we got the Queen. When the Queen dies, we got Prince Charles. Then we got is it Prince Charles? Yeah, then we got Prince Charles. Then we got Prince William. Then we got Prince George. We don't have the brothers or sisters to these people become next in line. So Demon Knight was originally the king. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Married to Vipera. The thing is, though, when Demon Knight died, Impus rise up being the new king, even though he's the prince. Yeah, because going back to the royal family, when Queen Elizabeth dies, Prince Philip will not be the king because, well, it'll go down in the family tree to Prince Charles. So it'll just go to the child and not the spouse. So, I don't know why I explained that. I don't even know what was going on about that. So that's how he got command of Demon Knight's Empire, I guess. But, it's like, okay, but just because he's got the command of an empire doesn't mean I have to like him. Like, doesn't Mrs. Fig go to school or something? I don't like her. Moving on, before I get myself into a bigger sandpit that I can't get out of. Vipera should be from the same batch of people. Vipera should be in charge. She's smarter, mature, and isn't Impus. Well, that's just harsh. Supposed to get his empire in its final form, not its base. I agree. But as I said, royal bloodline goes down a generation, not to the spouse. That's all I can say about that. Smarter, yes. Mature, yes. Isn't Impus? That's probably the most true thing ever. But still, that's just harsh. That is just harsh to say it's Impus. Okay, I should not be laughing about that. But okay. Honestly, I can't keep a straight face now. Okay. Okay. The way in which I was said was harsh, but like I said, royal bloodline goes down to children, not to the spouse. Hence why Vipera isn't the queen. But she is the queen, but she's not in charge of the empire. Moving on, Timmy Smith asks, off topic of the season, but what do you see as the base form of the demonite characters? Demidemon or Demon? Same with Impy. Same with Impy, which is Baby Impus or Impus. Now these are the ones I see as the base characters. Also, this isn't really off topic of the season. It's linked to the Lynxy series. So, okay. Okay, for Demonite, I'm going to say the base form for me is probably Demon, and the base form for Impus is Impus, because Demidemon is like Impy, like baby versions of themselves, and like I don't know how to discuss this. Like, this is a good question, but I see it more like Demon and Impus because Demidemon and Impy. Okay, Demidemon only appeared for probably 2 minutes. Impy only appeared for probably 10 seconds and made crying sounds until the end of series 5. That's literally all it did. And for base character to be a base character, I think they need to appear a fair amount of times, Demon and Impus, talk a lot, Demon and Impus, have a bit of a starring role in the show, Demon and Impus. There's my BS excuse. Done. Okay, Joe Danvek asks, in your review of Season 6, it seems you didn't like the Buzz Lightyear plot because it was something you've seen before. You have to understand Lucas, one guy, he had to restrict himself to what the voice footage he had for Lightyear, so certain story elements had to do the same. Yes, again, not a question. But I completely understand what you're saying is, and I acknowledge that, actually early in this recording. This is going to be longer than a review. Oh gosh, this is going to be longer than a review. Okay, so I acknowledge that in my review, and I acknowledge that in this video here. I also acknowledge that to Lucas after I uploaded that video. And yeah, and I even said it earlier this video. I like Buzz Lightyear now because of the combination of these plots from 2 different Buzz Lightyears. And it just melded into something that is gorgeous, beautiful, weird words to discuss it, but it was quite good. I liked it. My opinions on Buzz in Series 6 kind of remain the same, but have been boosted to a more tolerable liking standards due to Series 7. Phil Fidgens, I hope I got your name right, asks, is Drago an insane or sane villain? He's insane. I don't know what to say to that. Okay, I'll say he's insane, but that's simply from how he sounds. Bear in mind, we only saw him for 1 episode, so he may be sane, but just sounds insane. I'm not sure though, so I can't really answer that. I'm sorry. Ruby Rickson asks, when you did Apex, was there any voice work you felt you can have done better? All of it. Moving on. No, I'm joking. So basically, compared to the other voice actors, I'm not happy with my performance for Apex or Max. The only one I'm kind of happy about is Storm. I'm not really happy at all with Apex's voice, as yeah, it was just me speaking into a microphone in my normal voice, whilst it's modified to sound deeper. Yeah, the same thing was done with Alex Mitchell, where it's just done the opposite, but higher. but it just didn't really feel right to me. Like, if I'm to voice any more characters, I like to use my own voice and probably try to change my voice, which is really hard though for me because, like, I've been using my voice my whole life, and my voice is broken. My voice is broke. I don't know what the word is. Basically, my voice is the deepest it'll probably get for a while, and hence why it's so hard for me to do max. Apex, I would have liked to try and do a deeper voice, but when I tried to do a deeper voice, it just sounded like me sucking on the opposite of helium. In short, it's bad. Ricky Boo Boo asks, did you like Drago's human form? I felt it fitted perfectly with the story, and even though he doesn't say it, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch that Drago killed Monkey King's father. I like Drago's human form because he did merge with a human after all, and he just honestly reminded me of a vampire, really. But it did fit really well with the story, and yeah, even though he didn't say it, I kind of would theorize that Drago did kill Monkey King's father because Drago could be taunting Monkey King's father for no reason whatsoever, apart from just to annoy Monkey King. But who's to say that Drago's father didn't kill Monkey King's father? We don't know. But basically what I'm saying is, like, because it could have been Drago's father, or someone completely random could have killed Monkey King's father, because Drago is still a general to Monkey King. Monkey King only disbanded Drago from the generals because he wanted to merge with a human, and he did. That's why he got disbanded from the group. But yeah, I guess Drago could have killed Monkey King's father, but wouldn't Monkey King have known before Drago was Monkey King's general? It's something to. It's a good comeback. That's all I could say. It's a good question and a good theory. But I personally think someone else killed Monkey King's father. I'm so sorry I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong. Shiva Mori asks, I'm so sorry. So, do you see any way Drago can be redeemed? Do you see a way Drago can be redeemed? I don't see what he needs redeeming about. Because in his first appearance, all he did was just beat the ever-living crap out of Monkey King, and that's it. And then he just disappeared and then didn't come back for the rest of the series. Like, if he's to be redeemed in a way of be more interesting, then I guess make more appearances. But that's it. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to not answer this question as more in detail as others. But if I don't have an answer, I don't have an answer. I just think he needs to appear more so that he could be more interesting, I guess. But that's it. Adam Fan 82 asked, would you consider Drago a symbolic reflection of Monkey King? He and Monkey King have a similar design. Drago's beliefs led to Monkey King being the way he is. I'm going to guess that's the rest of that question, but the question kind of cuts off, so I'm going to guess that's the rest of the question. To an extent, maybe. I kind of see Drago's ambitions and Monkey King's ambitions being complete opposites. So kind of like a yin and yang kind of thing. So that does answer your question with a yes. I don't see how their designs I don't see how their designs kind of make a yin and yang kind of thing though, because it's just the ambitions which are different, and that's what the symbolic reflection, I'm guessing what it means. Drago just reminds me, to an extent, maybe a more powerful version of Monkey King with different ambitions. Drago is not Monkey King. Monkey King is not Drago. Drago would not be able to do what Monkey King wants to do. So if you're trying to say Drago will fill in Monkey King's shoes, he won't. He'll do what he wants to do. I'm going to be honest, I actually don't understand what you mean by symbolic reflection, hence why I'm just kind of BSing my way through this question. I gave you the best answer I can do, so I'm sorry if it's not what you actually wanted. Rexy Aston asks, did Lucas do a good job doing the Buzz Lightyear character designs in the Lynx series, in your opinion? Yes. 100%. It was better than Series 7, but Series 6 was just okay, but Series 7 was where it really shined. Ruby Roundhome asks, even though Lucas was forced into a corner with the Talos Saga, did you still think he pulled it off well? To an extent, yes, because it was good. But I'm going to say no as well, because he done it with, if he swapped Apex's arc with Talos's and have Talos's arc just have small points in every episode, I think that would be better than just have the last 5 episodes dedicated to her. Sorry, last 4 episodes dedicated to her. I think that'd just be more better. Anyway, moving on. Walter Marco asks, was episode 5 a good wrap up to both Buzz stuff and Monkey King stuff? Honestly, yeah, it was really good, and the twists at the end of that episode was very nice. I like that one a lot. Okay, Papa John asks, you regret what you said about Buzz last season, now you've seen his end in season 7? Yes, I do. 100%. I already explained why. So, yeah, I do regret it. I really do. Billy Bob Butchkins asks, would you say season 7 is the would you say season 7 is the season that increased the villain roster big time? I don't know how to answer this question. I'm going to say yes, because it went from 3 villains to Talos, which is 4, and to an extent Apex, but Apex is a henchman, so I'm just going to stick to 4, so not a big increase, but it's still an increase. Then it got divided into 2 when the Monkey King and Sinister left. John Powell, I think that is. John Powell asks Adam that this isn't a question. Okay, at least you're honest. Episode 7 is pretty good episode. It has a good simplistic setup for Talos development for Apex and Hazard, along with some funny jokes, plus it answers where Viper was. So like many others, not sure why you don't like it. I'm honestly questioning... Okay, here's my question for you guys. How do you guys know my opinion on an episode before the review comes out? The review's not even uploaded when I had done this Q&A, so I don't even know how you got this. Actually, I do know. Apparently, I do know how you guys get to ask these questions. I'm not going to explain because I might be wrong, so I'm not going to explain. But I just wasn't a fan of it because it just wasn't interesting to me. Like, I get how it was interesting to you. I said this when talking about how funny Series 6 was. There are some episodes which will be more funny to some people than to other people. And for this episode, I was those other people. I didn't really care for that episode very much. Because it didn't really have much to do, and the real action starts on episode 8. I think what episode 7 does is just introduce Storm Man, and that's it. No, that's episode 6. I don't even know what episode 7 actually did. It just sets up Talos' plan, and that's it. That's all it does. That's my opinion on it. And if I don't like it, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do to make me change my mind. I respect your opinion of why you like it. But yeah, that's all I can say. Stephen Marco asks, Talos is said to be the greatest swordsman on the planet. Do you believe she has the potential to become that? To an extent, yeah. Maybe. Because pirates are known for having great swordsmanship skills. But I don't believe she is the greatest. Because I believe there's a character which is better swordsmanshipness than Talos that will be introduced in the future and will just beat Talos at her own game. Mary Adams asks, was there elements that were improved from season 6 in the season? Now, I already said the comedy element in Series 6 was better. I would say the Monkey King arc, the wrap-up, it was a good end. I don't really... Okay. Improved. So that means an arc was from that season and continuing on to this season and was better. The only arcs I can think of from that season are the Buzz arc, the Sinister arc, the Impus and Viper arc, and the Monkey King arc. Monkey King arc, nowhere near better. Well, not nowhere near better, but I personally prefer Season 6 Monkey King. Season 7... No, this is going back to the previous question. The Season 7 arc for Sinister was better in my opinion because it was more it was actually taking a back seat and just watching everything unfold. And for some reason I liked that about Sinister, that and he got to have some great moments in his arc that kind of merged with Buzz's arc, which made it a lot better. So those two arcs definitely improved. And Impus and Viper arc, I'll say it improved, but not by a lot, because it was already great to begin with. Susan Jones asks, favourite new character of Season 7, Apex. Okay, partially biased, partially the development, really. That's pretty much all I can say. I do like Talus, though. Talus is a good character. I wonder how... Okay, the thing is that we're almost an hour in and we're nowhere near done. Okay, so we're going to be here for a while. Do you have some popcorn? I got an Oreo. Yeah. I got something to keep me occupied. Dominic Rickson asks, did you prefer the first half of the Monkey King saga in Season 6 or the second half in 7? Now, I'd say the entire Monkey King arc was in Series 6 because he appeared at the beginning and was at the halfway through Series 7. I guess I understand what you mean. Half of the Monkey King saga in Season 6, as his only half the episodes in that series was actually dedicated to him, around half anyway. So yeah, I kind of get that. But I do prefer the first half more, as this was like his rise up where he's got powerful, shown to be really powerful. Beast in the fourth episode of Series 7. Done. I don't know what to say about that. I do prefer Series 6 Monkey King Saga more than Series 7. Delilah Fangirl 8010 says, when the Master Planner arc reaches the characters unmasking, I assume before the final episode you'll be doing an analysis video on who you believe the Master Planner to be, as this is the big mystery Mr. Green, I love that, has been working on. Personally, I think it's Pookie. He looks so cute. P.S. Please like Delilah more. Right, so I'll answer this question and take a quick break because I'm not doing a very long video, so I'll just divide it into half. So Master Planner arc, yeah, I will do an analysis video if I get reminded because I may forget. Pookie, you're allowed to have your opinions. I think it's Chameleon though, and I do like Delilah. She's my second favourite villain. But yeah, as I said, I'll take a quick break. I'll be back in the next video. I don't want it to reach an hour, and see you in the next video. Peace out.